everybody, welcome back. I hope that you're having a splendid day. It's a little hard these days, but we do the best we can. I want to introduce this video. It's more of the trip that I took when I went to Plymouth, Massachusetts in the Cape. And this one is of the Gristmill and Burial Hill. It's video that I shot of those two locations. And I mean, I shot more around town, but that I will do for the last video coming up. But one word on this one, I lost my audio when I was shooting inside the gristmill. Beautiful, beautiful presenter there. Wonderful. She was tremendous, absolutely spectacular. And I got a couple of shots of one of the girls. She's actually cleaning the discs on the gristmill. It is a working gristmill, so I got a couple of shots of her doing that. And but I'm really sad about the whole presentation that this lady gave, because it was incredible. Because, like I said, she talked about the different kinds of like flour and wheat and corn, and what they had, what the early settlers had, and they do still use it. So I wanted to just kind of give you a heads up that there's no audio on that part. It's too bad, because like I said, she was a brilliant presenter. So with that said, I hope you enjoy. It's quite a place. So thanks for watching, and and here it is. We're going to take a look at the map. You are here, and Plymouth Harbor. So it's going to be a bit of a hike, but it can be done. We're definitely going to get our steps in. Checking for Winslow Street. See if I see it. Interesting that they so much is named after the Warren family. Wow. And there's a list of what's there. Interesting. It's definitely going to be a bit of a hike. This is the gristmill. So there's the Plymouth Gristmill. Very cool. Not sure where you enter. Isn't that cool? Enter through the red door. So this is the grist mill on the exact location that the original grist mill was placed and built. Very, very cool. So, we are on our way up to Burial Hill from the grist mill. And this is where the, supposedly there's bones in a crypt, but this also takes you to Leyden Street. Leyden Street was the original these are the rose bushes that she was talking about. Granite remnant of the first. So we're going up Burial Hill. There are graves up here. And there's a crypt up here. I think what we'll do is we'll pause this until we get to the top. This could be a bit of a hike. So we are at the top of the hill, almost. National Historic Cemetery. These are the graves of our founding fathers. So this is the original burial site for a lot of the Plymouth people. The early Plymouth people. So I guess we're going to go up. So here we go. Look at the old paving stones. Wow. Look at some of those stones. Very cool. Wow. Weston. This is the Weston people. Wow. Judson Rice, October 27th, 1834, age 34 years. Wow. Alexander. Some of these stones are really, really old. Elizabeth Churchill. Churchills. I would imagine one thing I have to say about graveyards is graveyards are full of history. And I've seen some people that don't like to photograph in graveyards. But to be honest, these places are so full of history. Looks like that one's fairly recent. William Johnson and Mary Banks' wife. Wow. I'm glad the lady at the mill recommended this. I love going through old cemeteries. Sarah. Searson. Wow. Alan. Spooners. I used to know some Spooners. Sally C., wife of David Warren. Hathaway. Hatch. Snow. There are some Snows in my family as well. Very cool. Homes. Let's go up this way. This looks like it was older. More Westons. Some of the early ones that you can hardly read anymore. Let's see what this is. Again, it's one you can hardly read the names. Very old. Very, very old. Let's see who's here. Andrew. Nope, Isaac Drew. This is definitely the old part. Rest in peace, everyone. Widow of the late William Keene, died December 1839, age 72 years. Very, very humbling. Very humbling. A lot of westerns. Awful lot of westerns. Look at that old fence. Jackson. A lot of westerns. There's westerns all over in here. Wow. In memory of the children of John and Elizabeth Tully, Howland, Pilgrims of the Mayflower. Wow. Wow. The grave of Edward Gray. Very humbling. Here lies the body of Mr. Thomas Clark, age 98, departed this life March 24th, 1697. Thomas Clark was mate on the Mayflower, according to the tradition in the Plymouth and Connecticut colonies. History gives his arrival in Plymouth from England in the ship Anne in 1623. He married Susan Ring of Plymouth. In 1634, their children were Andrew, James, William, Susanna, Nathaniel, and John, from whom descended a numerous posterity. He married his second wife, Mrs. Alice Hallett Nichols of Boston, in 1664. Wow. That's an actual Mayflower person lies there. Wow. Very, very humbling. Very, very humbling. Ephraim Whiting. Wow. I'm wondering if the grave of William Crowe, 1683. Wow. Aged about 55 years. And then the first fort was located over there. Gravesite of Major William Bradford. Wow. Sally Bradford. This is all Bradford's. See. I see somebody with the name Standish. Standish. Lydia Standish. 1861. Wow. Wow. In the presence of such people. That's the way down. Wondering. A lot of them did live to be pretty old. Last look. This is Burial Hill. The first English settlers, known as the Pilgrims, built their first fort meeting house here. The hill before you has been used for burials by Plymouth residents since the 1620s. Mayflower passengers buried here include Governor William Bradford and William and Mary Brewster. The last burial took place in 1957. The earliest grave markers were of carved wood and do not survive today. Stone markers were likely used starting in the mid-17th century. Today, the oldest known stone on Burial Hill is that of Edward Gray, 1681. These early stone markers are valuable historic documents. Many are irreplaceable works of folk art and have a better chance of survival if they are not touched. As you walk through Burial Hill, please remember that this is historic and sacred ground which deserves care and respect. We appreciate your cooperation.